Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We've had quite a morning already. We had some colonoscopies, kills. Even got to go to a monastery. But just relax a little bit. Loosen up your kill. Let's loosen up those ties. Because I want to talk. I want to talk about something that I've been working on personally for a long time. So I want to just get it off the chest. We're all given one life to live. We might think about what if it was this, what if it was that. What if you grew up? What if you spent most of your life feeling like the life you were living wasn't the one you were supposed to? I spent most of my life. When I was little, my dad's favorite thing to say was, "You are not my son." Some of you heard that in that expression. I didn't share that both my parents, when I was little, said, "You will not tell the other kids in school how old you are. You will not tell them when your birthday really is. If you do, you will get in trouble and you will get kicked out of school." I guess I was stymied a little because I started school at 4 years old. My sister was 8 months older than me. So she started school a year earlier. So what? My cousin, who lived down the street, he was 6 months older. So when it was time for him to start school, I guess my parents couldn't afford a sitter, or maybe it was just too much trouble to have a sitter for Gary. So my dad, in his infinite wisdom, he found a way to somehow merge my sister's birth certificate with my birth certificate. So now I was a year older, and instead of my birthday being in March, it was now in November. So I got to start school. It wasn't that big of a deal, I guess, in the beginning. It was a little confusing because the school was thinking my birthday was in November. I couldn't tell anybody, so they celebrated in November when my birthday was really in March. As I got older, it got a little harder. And I started looking and realizing as each grade goes that the people in the younger classes, those are the ones who are supposed to be your friends. That's where I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be that person. Couldn't tell anybody. I don't know if it was the birthday thing. We lived in a nice little suburban town, but I wasn't allowed to go to friends' houses, and I couldn't have friends over at my house. I spent a lot of my time as a kid alone, and a lot of my time thinking about all the different variables, how different my life could have been if I had friends like the kids did on TV, if I could go do some of the things that the other kids did, if maybe I would have been a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, instead of being the younger one that no one knew. I spent a lot of time on those variables. A lot of time wondering what life would have actually been like. By now, I think all of you should have a blank piece of paper. So, go ahead and put that piece of paper in your hand. Let's just go ahead and tell me about it. Once you get it crumbled, somebody's having a good time back there. Go ahead and flatten out a little bit. And we should have a pencil right now, if not, instead of pen, it's probably make sure they have it. And just find a crease, a wrinkle, a line, and just start following it. Just trace it onto that piece of paper. Do any of you in this room think that you have a wrinkled piece of paper that's even close to the same as someone else's? Even if you sat with that entire stack of paper, if you were like Sean wanted to hoard the whole thing and crumble them all. Do you think that you would ever have the same crumbled up piece of paper? No matter how many times you try to do it over, to try to change it, to try to make it be different, or to try to make it better, always getting those wrinkles, aren't you? Anyone know what a fractal is? Snowflake's a fractal. Simple mathematical equation. No such thing as an ugly snowflake. They're all equally beautiful, but every single one is different. Thought many times about what if my life would have been different. As I've gotten older, I've realized I wouldn't change a single thing. Fractals are mountains, valleys, the cardiovascular system, the development of the neurological system. It's just like a crumbled up piece of paper. I've come to realize that if I could have done it all over again, I could have had that different life that I thought I was supposed to have instead of the one that I had. I actually like this one. If I could go back and do it again, I'd take that original mold and I would crumble it even more. I want more wrinkles. I want more depth in my piece of paper. Because it's the wrinkles, it's the ups and downs in life that actually make it worth living. Thank you, folks.
I've often thought that I was supposed to have Elon Musk like. All right, everybody, please, did all the speakers qualify?